Hi, and welcome to this week's workshop from Marketing. This week we're covering memberships in HighLevel, specifically the courses and communities. So I'll make a start shortly. The memberships is in a handy little tab called memberships down here, and we're spending most of today in this section today. Okay, so I'll click on memberships, and this is to do with the setup of the actual assets, the courses, the communities, first of all. So there's three main areas to look at here. There's the client portal. Okay, so when we grant someone access to a course or a community, they're taken to a portal that we control. We customize that for your branding, and so they would log in there with their email address and their password. And once they log into the portal, then they can see whatever assets we've granted them access to based on their permissions on their contact record. So if someone's bought a course from us through the workflows, we would grant them access to that course. So when they log into the portal, they will see that course. Yeah. If they've bought multiple courses from us, if we've granted them access to communities and things like that, they'll see when they log into the portal, they'll see everything they've got access to. Does that make sense? How the portal works? So this is the portal settings. Obviously, we've got then courses. So very, very similar based on actually Kajabi, yep. So we've got the courses in here. Then we've got communities. So it's like your own private sort of Facebook. So you can have as many communities as you want in there. So you might do a specific course and have a dedicated community to that course, or you might have just one community for everyone in your world. Credentials, that's a new one. What's credentials? Oh, so this is certificates and badges. So this is to do with when someone completes a course, you can automatically give them a nice certificate. Yeah, if you give them some sort of accreditation, you might also want to give them a badge. You might use a badge on their websites to prove that they've been accredited by you, that sort of thing. That's the credentials. And the GoKollab Marketplace is like a marketplace we can access, and that's basically a HighLevel page. So people can go to Collab and do a search on courses, search on communities they want to join. So it's like a marketplace where you could sell your courses, or you could sell your community access there. Okay, and also you can set up an app as well, so that your customers could download the GoKollab app on their phone to access your courses. Okay, so uses to courses. We've got quite a few clients now where you tend to think that courses will be for like your customers. You know, you might sell them a course, you might provide a free course. We've got quite a few clients now who are creating courses for staff training purposes as well. Yeah, so they're doing that. So there's quite a bit of there's different uses for these things you wouldn't think of maybe. So that's the three main areas we're looking at. The client portal is how people are going to log in, and as part of the automation will be when somebody buys a course, we'll give them free access. In the workflows, we'll be granting them access to the portal that sends them the email so they can create their login details. So you'll see the other half of the coin when we look at the workflows in a little while. Is that okay, guys? Any questions so far? Okay.
So the client portal is like a vault, basically.
Yes, yes. So it's like, but it's not like we can customize it so much. Okay, so it's like a membership area, but in that membership area, we can only have the courses, yeah, the communities, yeah. Now in there as well, if you were using the affiliate marketing, if you were using the affiliate marketing module in HighLevel, then your affiliates would log into the portal to see their affiliate account with their commissions due, get the links, etc. So again, we're not going to cover that today because that's sort of e-commerce side of things. So yeah, so it's like a window into whatever you've granted them access to.
Okay.
And we can control access to courses and communities on the contact record. We'll see that later. But first of all, we'll create the assets, the communities, and the courses. Okay, so first of all, we'll go to client portal, go to dashboard. Okay, I'll show you. So here, when you go to again, you'll set up a dedicated URL for this. So if you click on here, you'll see ours. This is the client portal. So you can control you can put your logo on here. It's getting more and more customizable all the time, it seems. We just got our colors here. You can change your colors, and you can have tints and things like that. Yeah. This is the portal, and obviously when they log in here, it'll take them into whatever assets they've got access to based on their email address. So if I just log in here with Google, so by default here, it's taking me to the marketing community, like a Facebook page here. Yeah. So you see here, you can have discussions on various topics down here, like so. Yeah. You can have learning is a window into the courses. Okay, so this is a course here. So you can, again, if you've paid for a course or been given a free course, you'll see all the courses they've got access to here. I open that.
This meeting.
Bear with a sec. Yeah, so this is a course. This is a course page here. So course typically this has only got one page, one module in it, but you can have a whole series of pages. Typically, you'd have a training video up here. Yeah, a description. You can download assets like PDFs, etc. That's like a course page. We've only got one there. Or does it release over time, Atticus? Is that the idea on this one? Remember?
Release what over time, sorry.
This particular course have access to. But maybe it's just a single course, this one. But so normally you'd have like maybe have 20 different parts to your course, and as you complete one section, you progress to the next. And we can drip out content over time, or when you complete one section, we can release the next section, or maybe each week you release a new section of course for them to complete. You'll see all of the settings. I just thought it'd be useful to show you what it looks like first. Yeah. And a new section here as well is live sessions, which I set up earlier. So you see here live sessions. So for instance, here, if you wanted to, you could run live events within your course, or you might set up a weekly sort of marketing clinic call where all the people on the course could log into that call on a weekly basis if you want to do that. So you can have live sessions within the courses now. And I'll show you I'll show you the settings for that when we come back to it in a minute.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hang on. I'll go back. So is that making sense, guys? So I've got access to these assets because I've granted myself access at the contact record level. So here's your topics you have top people talking about. You see here. See, last time I was active here was 2 years ago with Sheila. You got learning. Here's your courses. Events. See, there's the events. I showed you there. So people join through the course, join an event. There's some gamification coming into this now. If you want to enable that, you can give people points for interacting and things like that. I haven't used that. Members. You can see all the members in there. There's sort of like a Facebook group. You can invite members, etc. So that's what it looks like after you've logged into the portal. Does that make sense? Okay, lost it. Okay. So it just takes a little bit of we don't really use it ourselves, so it really takes us a bit of practice and playing about with it. There's the portal there.
So Julie, they've got to have a CRM account to access that, have they? Or is that the GoKollab thing?
So as a sort of a contact record, are you a general user, do you mean?
No, if you had a membership, for example, would the members have to log into how the members log into this portal?
Well, yeah, so you would grant them access. So something a contact record in your database, yeah?
Yeah.
You can send them an email to fill a form into a join or click a button to join.
Yeah.
We trigger a workflow then to grant them access to this course or that community. So it's all done through the workflows.
Okay.
We'll come to the workflows later, Steve.
All right.
We're just focused on setting up the actual assets here as well, yeah. Also on here, portal. I think also you can see here any contracts you've signed as well with you, that they appear here. And any certificates you've given them as part of a course, they appear in the portal for them to download later on. So that's a client portal. Yeah, so look, that's the login details. Here's where your settings live for that, where you can set up your client portal domain. Normally it's something like, you might set up something like, where have I got one? Where's mine? I've got to change mine. But normally it's like portal.yourdomain or something like that. There's your domain set up. I should look at mine again. Here's where you control your branding, the portal name, the colors. So you've got some customization of the actual login page. Yeah, app permissions, language. These are all new settings here. You can have a chat widget as well on in your portal, and email settings. So obviously, as people are granted access, you can control the emails they've received. Email settings. Yeah, if you look here, for instance, yep. When you sign them up for a course, they'll get a welcome email, and that'll be here, and that would have all the login details for them. Yeah, so let's have a look. So that's the default one. The membership with the first email they get to invite them to go to the portal to set up their password and username and set up. That's so. I mean, branded. It could get a branded mobile app as well. I think that's an extra cost for that one. If you wanted to brand it for your, have an actual app for your community, you can actually have it, but it's going to cost. There's a charge for that to customize it. So that's the client portal side of things. Is that okay? That's how you log in. Yeah. Next, we'll look at the courses.
Just jumping in here, if you're enjoying the workshop so far and want to work with us on your high level system, there's a link below where you can sign up to Marketomate for free for 30 days and we'll get you onboarded and started. We look forward to speaking soon.
So just go to the main page. So it gives you there's some stats now. That's new. A product in courses, a product is the actual course. Okay, it's not an e-commerce product you'd see in the e-commerce side of things. So the product here is just a course. So if you click on products, and the one we looked at before was this one. It's actually set up this 5-day course. So see, you can have as many courses as you want on here. This is a 5-day. This is one we looked at before via the community. And this is very, very similar to Kajabi. It's quite intuitive with a little bit of practice as well. Yeah. So you see here you have module 1. And Atticus has created this course based on day 1, day 2, day 3. And each one of these traditionally would be just like you'll see it'll look familiar now. It's got a video at the top. Yeah. Where are we? This is all changed as well. Yeah. So you'd upload your video to top, and the videos could be hosted in HighLevel on your media center. Yeah. So your video will be there. Your description for that element of the course will be here. Downloadable resources for the course, you'd upload them here. Yeah. And you can have a thumbnail, and there's your lesson thumbnail. So you create each part of the course like a module.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Julian. So obviously when you showed us the course and bits were missing, could it be then that you've got to watch the whole video before it releases the next one? Can you do it like that?
Yes. Yeah, so if I click on here, preview, let's have a look.
So you're forcing people to watch it in order.
You got different choices. You can see that you can have it so they see everything at once, day 1. You
Yeah.
can have it so they've got to complete module 1 before they see module 2, etc. Or you could drip feed module 2 tomorrow and drip feed module 3 the day after.
Yeah.
Yes, I think this the way this is set up is just the one page there, but you normally see a whole list of them here. If I click on the welcome here,
This meeting.
let me get that. If I mark that as complete, might release something else. It's probably not set up fully. That's probably why it's not working, because we're not actually using this.
Oh, I've got to get Atticus working properly.
As I say, the live lessons is a brand new feature, so you can have live lessons as part of the course. You see here, these are all the different, it's all in like folders, parts of the course. You organize it that way, and you also control. Can you change the layout of all this again? Hang on. And you see here, here's where you control. You can lock things down, so it only becomes available when they complete part 1, release part 2 when they complete part 1, etc., or drip feed it a week later. Got all those settings there. Yeah. A new feature we got is add. Where is it? Add content here. Add a funnel page. This is a new feature. So in HighLevel, in the funnels, we can effectively build landing pages. So what we can do now is, in addition to these standard lesson pages where we've got the video at the top, description, and downloadable resources, we can actually insert as part of the course funnel pages. Okay, so for instance, at the very end of your course, the last page, you might build an order form, so they can then upgrade to the next part of they can build. They finish one course, they can buy into the next course. Yeah, or you might have a simple landing page with links to resources. So you could call it a resources page, and it's just links on the page to resources. Or you could have a survey embedded in there to create a survey to see how what people think of your course. So in addition to the standard watch the video courses, you can build in pages as well, customize it fully then. Does that make sense, Jeremy? You got that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So the live sessions and the live sessions and the funnel, adding funnel pages. Where is it? I'll put it here. The funnel pages is brand new. You can also have quizzes as well. So at the end of the course, you can give them a quiz they've got to pass. And when they pass the quiz or the test, you give them a certificate, or you could give them a certificate just for getting to the end of the course. Yep. So when they've gone through and marked each element as completed, then they get a certificate automatically. Is that making sense, guys? Okay. There's also when you create a new course, there's quite a new feature in here as well. The ability to import Kajabi courses. So if a client's already got Kajabi courses, it's quite easy to bring them into HighLevel now automatically. That's a useful feature to know about. Anything I've missed? So that's the product. So as I said before, a product here in memberships is actually the course itself. It's not buy now for 10 quid or anything like that. Okay, this is where the offers comes in. So we create the course in here, call it a product, yeah, and then we'll create offers. So we might have an offer where it's a free access to a course, or it's a paid version of the course. You can have both at the same time. And that offer is what we see in the e-commerce section. So if we make an offer for the course for £100, that'll be available in the e-commerce section, so we can add it to an order form, and you can buy the course then for £100. Does that make sense? It's like a two-step process. So we create the course, and then we decide using an offer. Is it going to be a free version? Is it going to be a paid version? Or you might have different levels of paid version of that course that you're selling. And all that'll come into when we look at the order forms and workflows later on. So that's what the offers are there. That's to do with the actually selling it. And then you got analytics. There's some analytics here. How do you have time? 23 past. Right. You can track people's progress through the courses, etc., and how they view assessment results, all that sort of thing. Yeah. And then finally, settings. Again, here is where you set up your anything like email notifications, the domain set up for your courses, the branding, etc. Is that okay to give you an overview of the courses there? Is that okay? Yeah. Well, moving quickly on to the communities now. So you can have as many groups as you want in here. Okay, so this is the one we were looking at first when we first logged in. There's a mark to make one. We'll go into that again in a minute. But again, you've got settings here. So you can set up a subdomain for your groups. Well, maybe and a branded mobile app. Credentials here is These are the certificates and badges. So here's where you set up your badges and your certificates, set them up as templates here. And then when somebody completes a course, you can say, right, when you complete the course or pass a test, this is a certificate you want to give them. Here's one, something we created earlier. There's lots of templates in here, by the way, yeah, so you can use those. So you create a nice certificate. They can download that and they can access it. When they log into the portal, they can see the certificates have been awarded, which is quite nice. Yeah, so you might give a certificate. If you give them some sort of accreditation where they can show it off on their email signature or on their website, then you create a badge. Don't think I've got one set up here, but I'll have a look, we'll create one. Create a badge from a template. Yeah, so you wanted to give them a badge. When they pass the test, you can give them a badge. So I think it's just taking its time with sharing my signal here.
I found HighLevel quite slow today. Even trying to log in when it sent the email one-time password, it's so
Well,
slow.
maybe it's wanting me to design it here, but you get the idea anyway. You create templates for your badges, create templates for your certificates. And then here, the GoKollab Marketplace. So again, if you're a high-level agency on the call, yeah, you only get access to this feature if you're a SaaS level agency. Yeah. So again, you can create your listing on you can list your user group, for instance, here on the GoLab Marketplace. So that's a public marketplace. So someone could be looking for a particular course or a particular membership group, and they could, sign into your free group or pay for your paid group or course. That's what GoLab Marketplace is. So how we do for time? It's past. Great. So does that give you guys? Does it give you a basic overview of the portal? Enough to be dangerous. And the portal, the courses, and the communities. Yeah. So this is all about setting them up, maybe managing them because you see who's in your courses. But then the automation is the other half of the game here. Yeah. So we'll look at that now. So for instance, if you wanted to sell a course or sell a community, yeah. We've got to create an order form to do that, first of all. Yeah. So then we go. But before we can do that, we'd need to set up a product to sell the course or the community. I don't think live I can show you, but go to courses, offers, create an offer. So, I'm going to select the products. So it's going to get the 5-day course. And you could give them the offer. Might be a bundle of courses. Might be 2 courses and a community. You could build up that there, yeah. I'll call this workshop. Today's date, 16th of June. So you might create a bundle of courses and workshop communities. A one-time cost. Yeah, so it's £100 that, £100. Yeah, it might be free, £100 or £100 a month. Yeah, make it free. We'll make it a one-time. Call it £1 there. Yeah, payment to test price override. So I've saved that now. They say that's just giving them access to the one course, but it could be a whole bunch and workshops and communities, etc. So now if I go to payments, I'll set up the product. So you see here, by default, it's coming here. So the offer, creating the offer, it's created the product for me now because it's a membership here. Okay, so now it's because the offer has become a product in the e-commerce product, yeah. And you can set your tax options, all that there. So now we've got the product set up. Now we'll go and create the order form to sell it. So you go to sites. Yeah. You might just might do it as a funnel page. A funnel page. So the page 1 would be the order form, page 2 the thank you page. So create a new funnel. Let's set up some templates here. Again, we're going into we won't spend too much time on this. I just want to show you because we obviously it's a separate workshop for this. But we create our funnel page, our landing page, order page, like so. And what catches everybody out here, I'll show you what happens. Yeah, so for instance, if I want to change that to an order form here, I can strip that out. Click on there like that. I'll scroll down here. A one-step order form I'll use. There's my order form built in. So now I've got my order page, okay? But then you'd be saying, well, how do I put that course in here that I'm selling that course? Yeah, it comes out with this dynamic value here. Yeah, so the way you do that, it's a little bit hidden and everyone makes this mistake. Yeah, you come back out here to the page. So there's the order form page, part one of the funnel. There'll be a thank you page. So here's the page here. You know what's here? Products. So since far corner here, we add the product. We've got one. See the workshop 16th of June. Price. I'm going to drop it in by default. I've got no override. I'll just save that now. So now I've created my order form. I've got overview here. We can preview that. So again, if you're doing a free course, it might be just a simple web form. They fill a web form in, and that'd be a trigger. So here you see, when we see it's a dynamic item, but when we review that page, we should, fingers crossed, see the product in there for £1. Yeah. So now we've created our order form, which is great. But how do we give them when somebody make that purchase? So Stripe will collect. We integrate Stripe. Stripe will collect that £1. Yeah. How do we give them access to that course now? Okay. So that's where the workflows take over now. So the order form being completed, the product being purchased is the trigger for the workflow. Now we're going to grant them access, send them all the marketing we want to based off of they've now purchased. So go back. So we now got go back. Remember, bet you I can remember the name of this. It's called landscaping upsell. So we got our order form set up and primed and ready to go, or embedded on our website, or whatever you've done. Now we go to the automation. And this is where we obviously get really creative on the market. It's whatever, we now know the point they purchase, what needs to happen next. So we'll just build out that now. Create a workflow. I'll start from scratch to show you. So the trigger is that purchase occurring. Click on it. There's different ways to do that. Orders, the most widespread. Orders submitted. Global product, okay, is, I should have it here somewhere, workshop 16th of June, yeah. So that's a global product. Anytime that product is purchased anywhere, it will trigger this workflow. Yeah. Does that make sense? And I think I need another filter, don't I? Again, always check these, by the way, yeah, because sometimes you've got to have the filter set just right. Again, I always ask tech support, will that run? And always make sure you do a test order as well. So here, I think we're okay on this one. I think basically on this one, I'll show you when a landing page is filled in a minute. I think basically it's not asking for it's basically when whenever an order is submitted for this product, sometimes you need to have order success or fail and things like that. I don't think we need on this one, but I would always check this with tech support. So this is now trigger on a global product. Anytime that particular course or community is sold, it will trigger this workflow. And here, for instance, click here. If we type in here, what would it be? Course. I can't remember the action now. Grant course offer. I must have published it, but here you see you'll be able to give them access to that course now by selecting that course. I don't think I've made it live. I've not made that one live, so it's not appearing. But here you'll be granting them access to that course. As soon as you grant them access to that course, you trigger the default emails. So the default email will be you've been given access to the course. It'll send that default email thank you for joining the course. Here's your login details. Hit login to create your password. If they've already set up a login, it'll just grant them access to it'll just add the course to their existing login. Yeah. So you grant them access to the course, they'll get the default emails inviting to set up their password. You grant them access to the course, just save that there like that. And then you can trigger all the automation you want after that. Just send them reminder emails, sell them upsell emails. The automation just takes off. Yeah. That's one example here. If you're using a landing page, if you want a specific follow-up based off a particular order form rather than just the global product, you would then click on here and you go here. Where is it? Order form submission. Yeah, and here you can drill down to the precise order form on the precise funnel. If you want to be really precise and have different follow-up depending on the route by which a customer came in. You go in funnel page. I think that's the one I just set up a minute was landscaping. Yeah, in that funnel, and I go to the actual page. The pages. I think it's that one there. It's that one. That one there. Yeah, more filters. Submission type, what product is. So you can really drill down to make sure you see that it's pulling it all in for me. And then I've got to say, finally, I've got to say submission type. It's a sale. Yeah. So only when they purchase from that particular page will this workflow trigger now. Yeah. So you can be really precise. I've got one set for a global. So anytime anyone purchases that course, everyone gets the same. Or if you want different follow-up based on the particular landing page it came on, I can be specific there as well. That makes sense. So that's triggering when a course is purchased. Okay. But we've got all the triggers as well. Okay. We've got all the triggers. So part of the course being is that clear on how you trigger on a course purchase, yeah, or a community being purchased? Now, let's say we want to trigger when they complete the course. We want to say send a thank you email or send them a congratulations email when they complete the course. Again, we've got a whole range of course triggers, not just on purchase. So I'll just delete that one from that moment. I don't want to continue. So this is moving on now. We've got specific course triggers, for instance. So if I type in course, so you see, we can grant them access to, so they make a purchase, start paying a subscription. We can grant them access to the course. If the payment fails on Stripe, we can remove access from the course or the community. So we can automate that. Yeah. A product completed. Okay, so if I say, okay, I'm going to drill down, product is any. This particular course now. So I can say, okay, when they complete that particular course, that's going to be a trigger. I'll have some more filters probably here as well. There's nothing you need to worry about there. Say tech support are always great to help you make sure you've got the right filter sections here. But basically, this is now just going to trigger as soon as they mark they've completed all modules of the course. It's going to trigger. Yeah, and then we won't need to grant offer, so we'll delete that action. But I might send them an email. Congratulations on completing the course. Probably trigger to send them a certificate, can we? Certificate. Oh, that's built into the course, into Atticus. Issues, but we can do it from here. Issue a certificate. Choose whichever template we want. Yep, send them a badge. You can do it that way. Issue a ticket. Send them an email to upsell them to the next course in the series. Yeah, we can even do triggers on. Have a look at here, course. How we do for time? Quarter to great. Again, a category. So you might have a course with different categories in it. When they complete start a particular category, you can trigger things. So I think some clients where as each lesson is completed, yeah, that's a trigger, and the clients are using a sales pipeline, hacking a sales pipeline, so they can visually see somebody flowing through the pipeline as they're completing the course, the elements of the course. Yeah, and when you do that way, using the opportunities, if they stay sat in a particular opportunity stage, say they go stale in there, they haven't done anything for 2 weeks, they can use triggers in the opportunities to remind them, hey, you haven't finished your course yet, things like that. So you can sort of hack the sales pipeline to help you on your courses if you want to. And you sign up, so someone signs up for a new course. Yeah, you see there's lots of options there, yeah. And similar for the communities as well. Do you remember what the communities are in? There's the actions to communities, I think, or is it memberships?
Is it called a group?
Oh, that might be, yeah. So this is where they have slightly different names for things, yeah.
Makes it really simple and obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah, they get a slightly different name group. But yeah, you're right. Thanks, Atticus. Yeah. So you see, again, if someone's paying you £10 a month for access to your group, as soon as you do, you grant them access to that group. Yeah. And then remember, as soon as their subscription fails in Stripe, you can revoke access, so they can't access the group until they bring their account up to date. Yeah. Again, you can do this is to do with the leaderboards. It's a bit of gamification coming into it. You know, the members that make the most posts, they can get points. You can trigger things to happen to them. So the part one is setting up your asset, your course, or your community. Maybe put on the GoKollab, and then anything to do with then all the rest of it comes down to the workflows. So if it's a paid course or community using an order form on a web page or a landing page, or a funnel page rather. If it's a free group, yeah, you might send someone an email with a button. Click here to join our free group. Clicking that button could be a link in a trigger link in an email. It could be a trigger that grants them free access to the group or the course. Yeah, or maybe it's a simple web form. Get access to our free course. Fill the web form in. That's a trigger that grants them access to the course, and away you go. Once you've been granted access to the course or the community, again, we use a trigger in the workflows to do whatever marketing you want to do from that point on, and you've got a lot of options in there. Phew. Can you think of anything else to say, Atticus? Have I bamboozled everyone there?
Like you said, we don't use it often. We've actually got a client who's looking more into using the communities, so we'll learn more doing that. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
not
best use case for the course I've seen is the staff training. Really handy for that. Being able to track where they are using the opportunities as well.
Yeah, we're doing that for clients. Yes, yeah. Any questions, guys? Everyone's been quite quiet today.
Julian, I've got one.
Yeah.
So if like the place in Blackpool that we're looking at, Viva, they have a locals membership. So for local people with a local postcode,
Right, yeah.
could communities be used for that?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you could create a local community. Yeah. Obviously, we talked about control it by postcode, so we can invite people by postcode when they fill a form. So you can invite them into there. Yes, yeah.
Because they deal with they have like a locals membership, but they also have relationships with all the different hoteliers in the resort as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to work out what the benefits of using communities would be. Why would you use that as opposed to a Facebook group, for example?
I've got to come to that. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, we haven't used the communities ourselves. Like for instance, you know, you think you do live calls in there, so you could sort of do like live calls like we're doing today.
Yeah.
And the reason we didn't go down that track for us is because then everyone's got to remember to log in to access the calls, whereas it's a lot easier today. You just join the call. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't go down that route ourselves. It's just another it's just another thing for people to remember. And I think that's, for some clients it works, others it doesn't. I mean, I must admit, you know, all your local members in Blackpool there, they're all members of Facebook, aren't they? So for me, to be honest, I'd be thinking a Facebook group's probably better because
Yeah.
they're all familiar with Facebook, aren't they? You're not trying to educate them to this new way of doing things.
Yeah, I guess you could. I don't know. I'm thinking you could use this to send out information about new shows, new offers, this month's special offers, all that sort of thing. Because you'll have all the data, won't you?
Yeah, but you'd have the data anyway. Once you sign up, you know the postcode, you can be sending them emails anyway. What do you need the community for?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The other thing we've been experimental with this group is WhatsApp communities.
Yeah.
So like the ECUs for theirs, you know, so rather than a group, a community where someone joins a community and you as the publisher, as it were, you can just push out notifications. You can just push out notifications about events, and it's not going to end up with all that chitter chatter going on. You know, everyone jumping in saying, I can't make it this week, and all that sort of stuff. If you've got a community, you're just feeding out, oh, we've got this show on this week and this show. That might be another way as well. But yeah, so
Yeah. Okay.
as far as the courses, I mean, I must admit, we've not used the community because I think, you know, people are used to WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups, and you just have to educate them in a new way of doing it. It's a new email, a new password to remember.
But if you're a workplace and you're doing your staff training, the course is just an extra thing which is there anyway. So if you want to maybe just keep reminding them, don't forget your training is due or whatever.
Yeah, the courses are different, like I say, because you can because in the emails you can send what we call a magic link. So someone's been given a free access to a course or paid access. You can send them a monthly email. Don't forget to check the course out, and it's a magic URL. So it just clicks it logs them straight in. You don't have to remember passwords and emails.
Okay.
I guess we could use that for our workshop. Maybe next time we do this workshop, we use a live event in the community instead. Give it a try.
Yeah, we can try that.
Yeah.
Again, we'll have Jeremy on. We'll have Jeremy on to say, "Where's the link?"
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a case of happy to experiment, Mark, if you want to have a look at it, because I say we're still learning it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I'm still looking for my link for next week.
Well, you see, what we're doing here, it's always the same Zoom link, as Jeremy's found out. So you don't even need to register. You just use the Zoom link and come in at 12 o'clock. You'll be on. Any more questions, guys?
And I just say it's really, really helpful. I played around with the courses in the membership area, but I hadn't really thought about the whole workflow usage. So that's really helpful actually for me.
Yeah, it took me a while to get my head around it. Well, you got a course, but how do you sell it, or how do people get access to it? Yeah, and let's say I think the thing we were missing was being able to embed funnel pages in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for instance, one use case, if you've got a community, yeah, you got a community, and you might want to have a resources for the community. Yeah, it's quite hard to do. And what we did traditionally was you create a course, yeah, with a single page in it where you could, in the description, you just have all your links to your resources. That was a bit of a hack, yeah. But now what you could do, you could create a course with a single funnel page in, or a series of funnel pages, landing pages, effectively. So that course becomes a series of pages, and they can be all links to resources, forms they can fill in, order forms, whatever you want. Then, so you could build a whole little hacking a course as part of a community. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
I think that's me all ideaed out, guys, for today.
Yeah, it's good. That's good, Julian. A lot of ground covered there. A bit confusing in many ways, but you can see the potential for this whole thing. And I like the fact that if you're running these courses, they're all inside your CRM. Again, you've got all the data in one place, haven't you? Rather than disappearing off to another Facebook group or a WhatsApp or whatever. Although I suppose you integrate the WhatsApp.
And if you're an agency, then you come across clients using Kajabi. I mean, we work with a client in Sydney, and we looked at using Kajabi there, and he'd never used Kajabi because it's going to like cost 300 for the full thing. It's going to cost $300 a month, whereas this just does it. Yeah, maybe it hasn't got quite all the bells and whistles that maybe Kajabi's got, but it's good enough. In most cases, there, yeah.
Out of interest, have you created a course for how to use GoHighLevel in this as a course within the?
Atticus has taken. Well, I mean, I don't know how up to date it is now, Atticus. You've done any work on it recently? If I show you here, if you go to
It's in the Marketplace sub account, but yeah, I've got all the workshops on a course. But I mean, the thing with making a course about how to use HighLevel is it's always changing. So you make a video for it today, and tomorrow it's completely different. So
Yeah.
HighLevel used it, don't they, for their HighLevel university for agencies, and also they do it for affiliates. They've got affiliate version, and the affiliate version just full of videos about how to sell. But yeah, it's a good little store for all the videos.
So this is the course you're working on, wasn't it, Atticus? So here, the 13 workshops and quizzes. So Atticus created a quiz after every course, effectively, after every workshop. That's Atticus. So we look at today's one. Let's have a look. We are.
Might do it.
Where
week
is it?
10, aren't we?
There we go. Yeah, that's the quiz. The quiz for it. This is week 10. Where's your video? I don't know if
I think it's up for the very first courses and communities workshop, so it might not have a video on there.
Yeah,
If
so
it's week 9, it should be on there.
it's the old logo and everything there. So yeah, like I say, for us, keeping it up to date is a problem because HighLevel changes daily. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good for the theory of stuff. If you were doing a thing on the theory of marketing, the principles never change, do they? You could do an educational course on that.
But the purpose of today's course, at least like Rob was saying, you didn't realize about how to use the workflows as part of this. So part one is setting up. You go in here and set up your actual assets, the course or the community, and any certificates you want. The GoKollab. Once you've got those set up, then you can then look at, okay, how are people going to get onto the course? Is it a free course, maybe a web form? Is it an order form you need to build in a funnel page? You need to create the product in e-commerce. Once you've got all those, you can then the final step is jumping into the workflows and automating what needs to happen. When they purchase, you grant them access to a course or grant them access to a group. And then you can go wild on your marketing and send the emails and the usual marketing in the workflows that we do. I think once you've got that principle in your head, when you've got a use case for these, it'll make more sense when you jump into it. You won't get lost so much.
Yeah, no, very helpful.
I don't know if Rob was saying something there. Rob, you're on mic.
Yeah, I was. Then it popped up and reminded me I was unmuted. All I just said was thank you. Been very useful, actually.
Okay, but how's it going with the agency side, Rob?
I'm getting there slowly. Funny enough, I'm actually in the process of building my website for that at the moment. It's technically live, but I've done a load of branding. You'll see I've just changed my Zoom background because I'm kind of got this cyberpunk type style going. So and I've actually done it in 2 ways. So as I'm working with ChatGPT to help me sort of pull things together. And then I used it as an experiment to use on AI Studio. So I dropped this. So initially I got ChatGPT to write a prompt to put it into AI Studio. It did all right. And now I'm rebuilding it because I already had a domain and a WordPress environment set up for it. And I've re-pushed that out into, so I used, and I've got a lifelong account for Divi, which is a page builder. But I used AI to prompt for that. So it's built a first version of it, and now I'm just changing all the branding over into this sort of cyberpunk style. So getting there slowly. I'm hoping to get the website done by the end of this week and have all the packages live as well. So that's my goal.
How did you find the AI Studio?
It was all right. Like I said, what I did, like I said, I got ChatGPT to write me a prompt. I told it where it was going, and I just dropped it in there. Went away, left it for 10 minutes or something. I actually ended up leaving it overnight, but it built it all right actually. What it had built was only the first page, so I then but it built a page structure, a site structure for about 5 pages. So I then had to go and drop prompts into it just to see what it's like. So yeah, it was all right actually.
Okay.
You know, I like again, I didn't go any further than that because it was more of an experiment than so I haven't published it anywhere apart from just locally within AI Studio. And that's partly because at the moment I don't know how robust the code is or how to go about supporting it. So I don't want to build something where I'm thinking, oh, I don't know enough about the back end. Where even though I've used AI to build the live version of my website, it's actually built in Divi, so I can now edit it and it's in a structure I understand. If that makes sense. So you know, but it was definitely an interesting experiment. I love what you were showing a couple of weeks ago with the calculator and things like that you built. So I don't know, I can't remember if you said you used AI Studio or something else for that, but I think for me that's, you know, you either use it for prototyping or playing around with tools like that where there's, for me, there's a bit concerned about how robust is it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not an HTML programmer, so I can't, although I know programming,
Yeah.
I grew up on BASIC and COBOL, so it's kind of not, I can interpret HTML, but don't make me sit there and write something in it.
Yes. But yeah, those vibe coders like calculators, as long as it's not mission critical, if it breaks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Oh God, you know, the last thing you want to, and even going on WordPress, you can't always be, you know, it's not always robust. Things get out of date. They always find new vulnerabilities and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just trying to make sure you're on a secure platform that you can at least feel comfortable maintaining, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm
on the WordPress, you know, but just for WordPress, we've got a lead connector app plugin rather.
Yeah.
What I was doing is on my main WordPress website. Every time we have a new date for these workshops, it's automatically pulling in the custom value of the date into my WordPress website. Fantastic,
Right.
great. Until they did an update on the app, the plugin rather. So
Yeah.
now I'm on to tech support, and they've sent me different versions of this blinking plugin now. Still not working. Broke it on my website. So yeah, so I know when these things break, they break.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, but no, it's good. I'm getting there. It's just taking me a little bit longer than I should have done. But that was partly without going to my medical history. I've had an eye problem, which meant I've been taking eye drops most of the last month. So doing stuff on a screen's not been as easy as it should be.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like you're getting there now. Anyway,
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay, guys. Thanks for that, Rob. So it's now turned to 1 o'clock. So we'll call it a day for today. Unless there's any more questions, and then we'll look forward to seeing you. We're doing a call next week, aren't we, Atticus? What have we got on?
We've got e-commerce and ad manager next week.
So the e-commerce and ad manager, hopefully be joined by one of our clients, Susan, who's an expert with Facebook ads. So she's been looking at the ad manager for us, and she'll be able to give her insights because she used to be spending like thousands of pounds a month for a photography studio. So it's always been interesting when Susan's spoken because say the way she was targeting on Facebook. Unfortunately, we can't do it at HighLevel because it's a different market. But for photography sales on Facebook, that worked really well for her for a long time with the client she's working with. So we'll look at that next week, hopefully. So without further ado, I'll let you get back to your lunch, guys, and look forward to speaking soon. So that was today's workshop for Marketing for memberships in HighLevel, where we covered the courses and community setup and management. And we hope you enjoyed that and got some value from it. You'll see now a QR code appear. Feel free to book a discovery call if you've got any specific questions you'd like to ask us, and also to book on to the next live workshop. So I hope to see you again soon.